Caroline Vinci, Ambassador of Sweden to Kenya, and the Norwegian Ambassador to Kenya, Ghana Andrea Holm. Kenyan, Swedish, and Norwegian officials, Kenyan business people, Norwegian and Swedish businessmen and women, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to officiate at this tripartite Kenya, Sweden, and Norway Business Summit. Both our bilateral and multilateral relations with Nordic countries, of which Sweden and Norway are part of, has been very rewarding indeed. It is the support Kenyans got from Nordic countries that opened the space in our democratization process, leading the return to multi-party democracy and to the current progressive Kenya Constitution. Our partnership in good governance has evolved into meaningful partnerships in areas of human rights, gender equality, and women's rights. I also want to acknowledge that just like we in Kenya were involved in intense elections in August this year, in which His Excellency President William Ruto won and the Supreme Court of Kenya affirmed, Sweden too underwent elections a month later where Mr. Ulf Kristersson was elected Prime Minister. In strengthening bilateral relations, Kenya and Sweden, as recently as July 2022, signed an MOU strengthening bilateral trade and commercial relations in the fields of trade and investment, industry, infrastructure development, automotive industry, and other areas. We look forward to broadening collaboration under Sweden's new strategy for development cooperation with Kenya for the period of 2021 to 2025. This will be in line with the Memorandum of Understanding on strengthening of bilateral trade and commercial relations between the Government of Kenya and the Government of Sweden that was signed on 14th July 2022. We also are keen on reducing the trade deficit in favor of Sweden that now stands at roughly $24 million worth of Kenya exports to Sweden, while imports are worth $57 million. At the multilateral level, we are indebted to the reciprocal support at the UN and are of course grateful for financial assistance to the East African Standby Force that Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Netherlands, and Norway provide. On climate change, we take pride in the fact that Kenya has taken the leadership role on climate action with support of Nordic countries. We have in place a comprehensive climate policy and legislation to guide climate action, with an ambitious target to achieve 10% tree cover and conversion to 92% renewable energy. We look forward to Norway's COP27 commitment to double the climate finance to US dollars 1.7 billion by 2026. I wish to acknowledge that our bilateral relations with Norway have grown greatly over time in environment, energy, health, and education sectors. We look forward to development cooperation on the blue economy and the co-hosted Ocean Seminar between our two countries next year. Meanwhile, Kenya is eager to mine Norway's knowledge and technical capacity in hydropower and solar energy production in our determination to cut down on harmful and sustainable emissions. We continue to urge Norway to increase support for Kenya civil society that are doing tremendous work at the grassroots. It is indeed such civic-minded work that has informed and inspires our bottom-up approach to development from now and into the future. On matters security, we invite Norway to continue its assistance in reaching an amicable solution to the maritime boundary dispute between Kenya and Somalia. More than ever, let me state, Kenya is open for business investment, especially through the public-private partnerships window. With an overwhelming debt burden, we see PPPs as the open window of opportunity to develop the country. We therefore invite the business community in Sweden and Norway to embrace their Kenyan counterparts in this journey. It is in this light that I wish all participants in the joint Swedish-Norwegian Business Summit all the success. But how I wish that at the conclusion of the summit, the outcome would reflect a tripartite Kenya-Swedish-Norwegian summit. Finally, before I walk off the podium, I just want to re-emphasize one or two things. Let us really make this trade work. I would like to request Sweden to reflect a little on the money transfer aspects, because there's a little bit of a hitch on funds being transferred from Sweden to Kenya. I think if we can look at the hitches, it would be very helpful so that we can encourage the trade to move even faster. With these remarks, I can only say that we wish you a good stay. We also hope that you'll enjoy a bit of our tourism before you head back to the cold. I'm sure you can, the climate here is much, much warmer and pleasant. So please make the best of it while you're here. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we wish you the very best. Thank you.